Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with a new lesson of geography of class 8. Lesson is India, location and extent. In this we are going to study about India in detail. Now, children, this is our planet Earth on what we all live. And this planet is having all the unique features what is needed for our human beings and the animals to live on. Now, next picture which we are given in this is a picture which shows Earth on a flat surface, and you can see in this there are blue colored some parts and some parts are colored with different colors. The parts which are colored with blue, they are known as the oceans, and these all are the big water bodies. We have 5 important oceans. They are Pacific Ocean, North Atlantic Ocean, South Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Antarctic Ocean or Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. This is how we are having 5 important oceans. And the colored, some parts are colored with different colors. These are the part of continents. Now the important continents are, the largest continent on number 1 is Asia, number 2 Africa, number 3 North America, number 4 South America, number 5 Antarctica, number 6 Europe, and number 7 Australia. So this is how we are having 7 continents in all. And we are going to study about India, which is a part of Asia continent. Now let's start with our lesson number 8, India, location and extent. In this we are going to study page number 91, 92 and 93. The main objectives of the lesson is introduction, location and extent, political division. Our today's objective is introduction and location. Before we start, let's see some new words. The first word is republic. Republic means a country that has elected government and leader. Number 2, mountain, a very high hill with pointed peak, like we have Himalayas. Plateau, a flat, uneven landmass, like we have Deccan Plateau. Subcontinent, a large landmass, forms a part of continents separated by a physical feature. Example, India. It is separated from the rest of the Asia by Himalayas in the north and 3 oceans in the south, like Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, and Bay of Bengal. Next is hemisphere, 1/2 of the globe. Number 6, latitudes, the parallels drawn to the north and south of equator. Number 7, longitude, the lines drawn to the east and west of the prime meridian. Prime meridian is the line which is dividing the earth into 2 equal halves, as equator also divides the earth into 2 equal halves. Peninsula, the land surrounded by water on its 3 sides. Strait, a narrow stretch of water joining 2 water bodies like oceans and seas. Gulf, a part of sea surrounded by land. Coastline, the area where land meets the ocean or sea. Now we are going to study about India, location and extent. India, the land we live in, is a subcontinent. We have already discussed about what is subcontinent and is a part of Asia continent. Asia is the largest continent of the world. India is officially known as the Republic of India. I have already discussed what is republic means. Republic means where the government and the leaders are elected or chosen by the people. India is known as Republic as the head of the state is elected by the people. India is also known as Union States because power is divided between the center and the state. India is having 29 states and 7 union territories. India is also known as Bharat. So now here you can see where is the position of India, or what is the situation of India. India lies in the southeast part of Asia, and it is to its west we are having the continent of Africa and Europe, and to its north we are having the rest of the part of Asia, and to its southeast we can see Australia. Now, the logic behind calling India are many. India is linked deeply with river Indus. Means why we call India as India. India is deeply linked with river Indus. The name India is taken from Indus. People from southern Asia called Indus as Sindhu, while Persian named it as Hindu. The Greeks called it as Indus and termed the land as India. The other name of India are Hindustan, Bharat and Aryavatar. Why it is known as Bharat? Here is a small history about it. That the name is originated from the Mahabharat and Purans, where it is also called as Bharat Varsham. The name Bharat has been originated from Sanskrit language word Bharata. The word Bharata means Agni or fire. It is also said that country named as Bharat after the name of the brave king Bharata Chakravarti. Now let's start with the reading. India is very significant country in the continent of Asia. It is officially known as the Republic of India. Article 1 in the Constitution states that India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. The territory of India shall consist of the territories of states, means all the states, as well as the union territories. Union territories are the territories which are directly being governed by the central government, and states are governed by the state government, and many territory that may be acquired. At present, there are 29 states and 7 union territories. India is deeply linked with river Indus. It has derived its name from the river Indus. The people of southern Asia called Indus as river Sindhu, while Persian named it as Hindu. The Greeks called it as Indus and termed the land as India. India is also known as Hindustan, Bharat and Aryavatar. We have discussed about all the philosophies behind this just in the previous slides. Now we are going to discuss about what is the diversity of India in its physical features. India has a diverse physical feature. It has highest mountain in the north, that is the mighty Himalayas, uneven plateau in the south, named as the Deccan Plateau, the great plains in between the mountains and the plateaus known as northern plains, the great desert in the west, that is the Thar Desert, the coastal plains along eastern and western coast of India, and the island groups Andaman and Nicobar Islands in Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep in Arabian Sea. Now you can see here in this picture we are having the Himalayas in the north, the plains south of Himalayas. In the center we are having the Deccan Plateau. In the west of Deccan Plateau we are having the deserts. And to the south of Deccan Plateau on both the sides we are having the eastern and the western Ghats. Now India's uniqueness of its physical feature makes it known as a subcontinent. Along with neighboring countries like Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh, it is known as a subcontinent. Now, what's subcontinent? Subcontinent defined as a part of a continent which is separated from rest of the continent by a distinct physical feature. Like India is separated by Himalayas in the north and in the south by oceans and seas from the rest of the Asia. Now here you can see India in the center and all our neighboring countries. In the west we have in Pakistan. In the north we have Nepal and Bhutan, two neighboring countries. In the east we are having Bangladesh and Myanmar. And in the south we are having island country, that is Sri Lanka, and we are having on both the sides Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the east and Maldives in the west. So let's start with the reading. India has diverse landforms which include the lofty mountains, the uneven plateaus, the northern plains, the great Indian desert, the coasts and islands. It is exceptional uniqueness of India that its adjoining countries, which include Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh, have together known as a subcontinent. Now here you can see India as a part of, as why it is called subcontinent. Along with this, India is officially the Republic of India, is a country in South Asia. It is the second most populous country in the world and seventh largest country by area and most populous democracy in the world. Now let's start the reading. India is the seventh largest country in the world in terms of area. It is the world's second most populous country after China. India covers an area of about 32,87,267 square kilometers, which is about 2.4 of the total land surface of Earth. Here the countries are being given according to what they are there. Like Russia is number 1, Canada is number 2, China number 3, United States number 4, Brazil number 5, Australia number 6 and India number 7. This is how India is number 7 and Russia is number 1, and you can see the areas yourself. They have been given over here in your book also. Now our next point is the location of India in the world. Where is India location? What is the location of India? If you can see this map is showing that India is located in the north of equator and in the northeastern hemisphere. And the Tropic of Cancer passes from the center of India. So we can say India is situated in the north of equator and in the northeastern hemisphere. So let's do the reading. Before reading, I want to discuss about the latitudinal extent also of India. You can see in this map, the latitudinal extent of India is shown. India extends from 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degrees 6 minutes north, and the Tropic of Cancer, that is a major line which is passing from the center of India, and it divides India into almost 2 equal halves. You can see the states from where this line passes. The states are Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal and Tripura. So these all are the states from where the line of Cancer passes. Now we will start with the reading. Location and extent. Location. India is situated north of equator and lies in the northeastern hemisphere. This I have already shown you in the map. Latitudinal extent From south to north, India extends from 8 degree 4 minutes to 37 degree 6 minutes latitude. I have already shown you in this map. So this map is showing 8 degree 4 minutes is given in the south and 37 degree 6 minutes is in the north. So this is the extension of India latitudinally. The Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree, passes through the country. It divides India into almost equal halves. The Tropic of Cancer passes through Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Tripura and Mizoram. The north-south extent of India is about 3,214 kilometers. Here in this map, you can see it is being given that from where the Tropic of Cancer is passing. You can see this is Gujarat, then we have Rajasthan, then we have Madhya Pradesh, then we have Jharkhand, then we have Chhattisgarh, then West Bengal, and at the last we have Manipur from Mizoram, from where the line of Cancer passing from India. Now this map is showing the longitudinal extent of India. We have already discussed what is longitude. Longitudes are the lines which are running in between the poles from north to south, and it divides the earth into two equal halves, that is the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. So the longitudinal extent of India is 68.7 degrees east to 97 degree 25 minutes east. You can see 68, it is shown on the western side, and 97.25 is written on the eastern side. So this is the longitudinal extent of India. And here you can see that is one important thing, that is a standard meridian. Standard meridians are important for a country for seeing the exact time. The times is bound by the standard meridians of every country. So our India's standard meridian is 82.5 degrees, 82.5 degrees east meridian is known as IST, Indian Standard Time Longitude. And this Indian Standard Time Longitude passes from the states of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh. And this line is very, very important because according to this line, all the watches or the time is being set, and we all in India, we all follow the time according to the Indian Standard Time Meridian or longitude. Now let's start the reading. Longitudinal extent. From west to east, India lies between 68 degrees 7 minutes east and 97 degrees 25 minutes east longitudes. So you can see that India is almost in the eastern hemisphere. The 82.5 degree longitude that passes through the middle of the country is taken as the standard meridian of India. I have already shown in this map. This is 82.5 degrees line, which is the standard meridian for India. It passes through Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh. The east-west extension of India is about 2,933 kilometers. So we have the latitudinal extent also of India. We have discussed about the longitudinal extent of India also. Now we are going to discuss about the India's main boundaries. What are the main boundaries of India's? India's main boundaries are: in the north, we are having Great Himalayas, which saves us from the cold winds which are coming from the poles, and it also checks the southwest monsoon winds and gives heavy rainfall in India, and it is the natural boundary which saves our country from the other part of the world. In the south, we are having Indian Ocean. In the east, we are having Bay of Bengal, and in the west, we are having Arabian Sea. These are the main boundaries which makes India as a subcontinent. These are the reason that India is being known as a subcontinent in the Asian continent, because India is having its own natural physical boundaries. Now let's do the reading. Indian Peninsula is bounded by Great Himalayas in the north, the Indian Ocean in the south, the Bay of Bengal in the east, and the Arabian Sea in the west. India has land frontier of 15,200 kilometers, and due to these physical boundaries, India is also known as the Indian subcontinent. Now we are going to discuss about our neighboring countries. India shares its international boundary with 7 important countries. These countries are Afghanistan and Pakistan in the west, or you can say northwest, China, Nepal, Bhutan in the north, Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east, or you can say northeast, and Sri Lanka island country in the south. We have Maldives also. Maldives are the main important oceanic neighbor which is lying in the south of India. So this is how India is bounded by the neighboring countries from west to east as well as in south. Now let's do the reading. India shares its international boundary with 7 countries. It's bordered by the countries of Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, China, Nepal and Bhutan in the north, Myanmar and Bangladesh in the northeast. The island countries of Sri Lanka and Maldives are the oceanic neighbors. These 2 island countries are situated in the Indian Ocean. Sri Lanka is separated from India by Palk Straits and Gulf of Mannar. India and its neighboring countries have together been known as Indian subcontinent. About straits, I have already discussed in the beginning that strait refers to a narrow stretch of water joining 2 extensive water bodies like oceans and seas. And already I have discussed about Gulf. Gulf is a water body which is surrounded by land masses on all the sides, on mostly from the 3 sides. And we have already discussed subcontinents many a times before. So this is what we have discussed over here about the neighboring countries of India. Now the next point what we are going to discuss, that is the coastline. India has a regular coastline on both the sides on the southern peninsular area, in the east also and in the west also. The total length of India's coastline is 7,517 kilometers approximately. The southernmost point of India is Kanyakumari, that is of mainland. But if we are talking about India's southernmost point, that is Indira Point, which lies in the south of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. But in 2004 tsunami, this is submerged in water. Now let's do the reading. Coastline. India has a regular coastline on both sides of the southern peninsula. The total length of India's coastline is 7,517 kilometers. The southernmost point on the Indian mainland is Kanyakumari at 8 degrees 4 minutes 41 seconds north and 77 degrees 32 minutes 28 seconds east. This is the latitude telling where the Kanyakumari is situated. It stands at the meeting place of three water bodies, namely the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Bay of Bengal. You can see on this map at the last point where all three are meeting, all three oceans are meeting. This is the point what is known as a Kanyakumari. You can see over here, this point is Kanyakumari. This is Kanyakumari. Now you can see this is the picture of Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and you can see Indira Point below to it, which is given with a red dot at the bottom of the island, which is submerged in sea. Now children, do the exercise which is given at the end of your lesson and try to do it yourself. Now do the exercises which is given over here, solve them yourself. On page number 96, I have mentioned which exercises you have to do yourself. Thank you very much. We will meet you very soon with the next